myself. This ain't all about me. And it's definitely not what it is that it's not it's not just for me. I can help that community by introducing them to what we have in Fintoch. So I'm imploring you tonight that if you want to see a big harvest, which is what it's all about, this is what we came here for, this is why we invest, this is why we want to do what we're doing, then it's time for us to drop some seeds in the ground. But it would be a crazy farmer who would drop a seed in the ground and not expect a harvest to come up. So this is where we are. This is what we're doing. We are not going to be ruled and held down by fear. We're not going to be held down because of some of the luggage that some of us are carrying. Yeah, I got hurt. Yeah, I lost some money. But then I heard somebody else share their story, and guess what? My money is nowhere close to theirs. The only difference is they got up and they kept moving. They kept working. I'm stuck in my pity party trying to figure out when somebody's gonna, help me get my money, recoup. This is our chance to recoup everything that we've lost. And the only person that can stop us is us. Can't nobody stop me from earning. And it wasn't until this weekend that it came to me. And I'm so glad that that fire was lit inside of me. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to work. More than anything, I'm ready to grow. So the seed that I put in the ground, I'm expecting a harvest. And I know that this community, that's what you should do. Raise your level of expectation. It's time for you to get yours. It's time for you to be blessed. It's time for you to get what you came looking for. It's time for you to walk into retirement, knowing that you got that you're covered because you got this amount coming in and that amount going in. This is our time. People are going to know about us. And it's only because this is what it's all about. Welcome, everybody, to the dinner table. Thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for coming in. We got some special guests, I'm sure, that's in here. And for all those that are here for the first time, the very first time, do me a favor, put a number 1 into the chat. Put a 1 into the chat so we can see who we got in here today. Put a 1 in the chat if this is your first time visiting with us. This is your first time in. There we go. Welcome, David. Welcome, David. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for whoever was unselfish and invited David to come to the meeting, to the podcast this week. There we go. Is that Norman? Thank you, Norman, for coming. And thank you for whoever invited Norman. This is what it's all about. We can't keep this to ourselves. Don't be like that. You know they already got us pegged as being a bunch of crabs in a barrel trying to hold each other down. Let's show them that we're different over here, that we do different things, that we try to grow each other, that we try to promote each other, that we try to push each other. So here we are tonight, and I, again, got an absolutely amazing program lined up for you. So at this time, we're going to shift gears, and now that we're at the dinner table, I'm going to introduce your waiter for this evening, your waitress, I should say, I'm sorry, your waitress for this evening, as we get ready to move into the next phase of our program. And I want you to do me a favor. Y'all know who's coming. That's right, the delectable, delightful Destiny. And with our forecast, with our crypto forecast, our Destiny, take over from here.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Y'all drop some fire emojis in the chat for Jeff right now. Drop some fire emojis for Jeff in the chat for that great opening of the dinner table. All right. Hello, fellow dinner table guests, and welcome to another scrumptious episode of the Dinner Table Podcast, episode 2, From the Farm to the Table. I'm absolutely delighted to have all of you joining us tonight for a delightful discussion. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Destiny, and I'm thrilled to share my exciting journey in the world of cryptocurrencies. I am a wholesale real estate investor. My adventure in wholesale real estate started about 4 years ago when I stumbled upon the concept while exploring various investment opportunities. I quickly realized that wholesaling could be a powerful avenue to create wealth and achieve financial freedom, and I dove headfirst into learning all there is to know about the industry. On the Dinner Table podcast, we'll dive into the ever-evolving world of cryptocurrencies, from understanding the underlying technology to exploring the latest DeFi innovations and analyzing market movements. Tonight, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, a digital revolution that has taken the financial landscape by storm. As always, ladies and gentlemen, put some fire emojis and diamond emojis in the chat if you're ready for tonight's podcast. Let's eat, family. So picture this. You are at the dinner party and someone brings up the term crypto blockchain. It sounds intriguing, right? Well, let's break it down. Imagine a giant digital ledger that records every transaction ever made using a specific type of digital currency, like Bitcoin. This ledger is not owned or controlled by any single entity, but is distributed across vast network of computers around the world. That's the basic idea behind the cryptocurrency blockchain. Now, let's serve up a simple analogy to make this even clearer. Think of a blockchain as a never-ending chain of interconnected blocks, where each block represents a group of transactions, just like links in a chain. These blocks are connected in chronicle order, forming a secure and unbreakable sequence. At our metaphorical dinner table, let's invite some key terms. First, decentralized. Unlike traditional banks or payment systems where a central authority oversees transactions, a blockchain operates without a central point of control. Instead, it relies on a network of participants, often referred to as nodes, who work together to maintain the integrity of the system. Cryptographic security. The term crypto and blockchain refers to the advanced cryptography used to secure transactions and control the creation of new units of digital currency. This ensures that transactions are tamper-proof and transparent. Consensus mechanism. At our dinner table party, consensus mechanisms are the rules that help everyone agree on the state of the ledger. One popular mechanism is called proof of work, where participants, as we know as miners, solve complex mathematical puzzles to validate and add new blocks to the chain. Immutability. Once a book is added to the blockchain, it's extremely difficult to alter the information stored in it. The immutability is achieved through the cryptographic hashing process, which creates a unique identifier for each block based on its contents. So, when someone talks about a crypto blockchain, they're referring to the underlying technology that powers cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. It's a revolutionary way of conducting digital transactions, offering security, transparency, and trust without the need for intermediaries. Just like any dinner table conversation, there's always more to explore from different types of blockchains to their potential applications beyond finance. But for now, we've served up a tasty introduction to the crypto blockchain. Now, I want to share my screen with you all and go through so you can see the process of a blockchain. All right, so crypto blockchain technology. How blockchain technology works. So first, a transaction is requested. Then second, the transaction is broadcasted to a peer-to-peer network that consists of computers, otherwise known as nodes. 3, the network of nodes uses known algorithms to validate the transaction and user's status. 4, a verified transaction can involve cryptocurrency contracts, records, or other information. 5, the transaction is combined with other transactions once verified to create a new block of data for the ledger. 6, the new block is added to the existing blockchain, which is permanent and unalterable. 7, the transaction is now finished. Next, I want to introduce you to features of a blockchain. So the first one is increased capacity. The second one is better security. Third, immutability. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired on it. 4 is faster settlement. 5 is decentralized system. 6 is consensus. 7 is distributed ledger. 8 is cannot be corrupted. And 9 is minted. All right, so I'm gonna break this down for you because I know a lot of you are like, what is going on? All right, so I want you all to imagine you have a magical notebook that you and your friends use to keep track of your toys. Every time someone lends a toy to someone else, you write it down in the notebook. But here's the twist. This magical notebook isn't just with you. It's also with all of your friends at the same time. Now, let's talk about the crypto part. Imagine you have a secret code that only you and your friends know. When you write down a toy in the magical notebook, you use this secret code to keep everything super safe and hidden. No one else can read what's inside except you and your buddies. So how does a blockchain fit into our magical toy notebook story? Well, think of blockchain as a chain made up of special blocks. Each block is like a page in your magical notebook. And guess what? You can't just add a new page anywhere you want. You have to attach it at the end of the chain, just like adding a new link to a toy chain. But here, where it gets even cooler. Each page or block remembers what happened on the previous page. So if someone tried to change something that happened before, the special code we talked about earlier would catch them. It's like having a super duper detective who watches over your magical notebook and makes sure nobody tries any funny business. And guess what? This whole magical notebook, secret code, and detective thing is what makes cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin work. Instead of toys, people use cryptocurrencies to buy things on the computer, and the blockchains make sure that everything is safe, honest, and nobody can cheat. So next time you hear someone talk about a crypto blockchain, you can tell them it's like a magical notebook with secret codes and a super duper detective that keep everything fair and fun. Now, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow enthusiasts of innovative financial growth, I am delighted to address you on the captivating topic of building teams and leading your team to success for passive income with the Project Fintoch, along with the importance of staking. The dinner table has served as a place where ideas are exchanged, relationships are nurtured, and plans are hatched. Today, let us gather metaphorically around this table to explore how we can leverage teamwork, leadership, and strategic investment to create a pathway to passive income and financial prosperity through Project Fintoch. I want to talk about building teams and leading your team to success. At a cornerstone of any successful Ecuador, whether it's a business venture or community project, is the formation of a strong and capable team. Just as a diverse array of dishes on this table enriches our dining experience, a diverse team brings a variety of skills, perspectives, and experience that can enhance the quality of our project. Collaborating effectively, sharing ideas, and working toward a common goal empowers us to achieve feats we cannot accomplish individually. Leadership within this team is paramount. A great leader guides, inspires, and supports team members to reach their full potential. Just as a skilled chef orchestrates a harmonious symphony of flavors in a meal, a capable leader orchestrates the collective efforts of this team, ensuring that everyone contributes their unique talents while maintaining alignment with the project's vision. Now, let's direct our attention to the prospect of passive income through Project Fintoch. Imagine a well-prepared feast that continues to satisfy long after the meal is over. That's the essence of passive income. Project Fintoch represents an opportunity to invest in a venture that generates consistent revenue streams with minimum ongoing effort. By participating in Fintoch, we can secure our financial future and enjoy the fruits of our labor without being tethered to a traditional 9-to-5. The importance of staking. As we indulge in the delectable offerings before us, let us draw a parallel to the concept of staking in the context of Project Fintoch. Staking involves committing a certain amount of capital. In this instance, we're talking about crypto assets to support the network and its operation. Much like setting the foundation for a scrumptious meal, staking provides the infrastructure upon which the project thrives. Staking offers a dual advantage. Firstly, it plays a crucial role in maintaining the security and functionality of the network. Just as quality ingredients are essential for a savory dish, the commitment of stakers ensures the stability and integrity of the project, contributing to its long-term success. Secondly, staking rewards participants with a share of the project's profits, akin to savoring the delicious flavors of a well-cooked meal. This passive income stream can significantly enhance our financial well-being, transforming us into investors who benefit from the project's growth and expansion. In conclusion, just as we gather around this dinner table to enjoy a delightful meal and engage in conversation, let us apply the lessons of teamwork, leadership, and strategic and staking to partake in the scrumptious feast of passive income through Project Fintoch. By building strong teams, fostering effective leadership, and understanding the significance of staking, we can embark on a journey toward financial prosperity that is as satisfying and fulfilling as the finest dining experience. Thank you for your attention, and may your endeavors in Project Fintoch be as rewarding as this remarkable meal we've shared today. Get ready to feast on a delectable widespread of crypto projects together. We'll explore strategies, share stories, and gather insight that will empower you on your journey to financial prosperity. Thank you for joining us at the Dinner Table Podcast. Stay tuned for more delicious discussions. This is Crypto Forecast with Destiny, your crypto analyst. Bon appetit. Back to you, Jeff.
Man, y'all come on and put some fire emojis in there for Destiny. Y'all come on and show your love. Put some fire in the chat. Put some diamonds in the chat. Put some, I don't care what you hit. Just hit a bunch of emojis and show that's what I'm talking about. Way to go. How often do you get to have a harmonious flavor? That's like, where else do you get that on a menu? Anywhere. A harmonious flavor of food. That is so cool. Thanks a lot, Destiny, for everything. We want to just remind you that our book club. We have a book club that is in right now. We have a book of the month, and it's called, wow, y'all didn't even tell me the book was upside down. Y'all do anything for a laugh, man. That is the craziest thing. And I think y'all think for sure that I came in here and I have purposely turned that book upside down. I'll do anything to get y'all to smile. Thank y'all. But listen, we are talking about the dynamic laws of prosperity, and we want to learn to open up our minds to prosperity. We want to learn to open up our minds to prosperity. We want to learn to think bigger than our situation, think outside the box so that we can be prosperous in everything that we do. We're going to steal a day this week. So do me a favor and check our communication board in Agile Entrepreneur University on WhatsApp and look for that date. I think that we said, or we're going to get together. We hope to steal a day maybe on Thursday evening. We will finalize that date before the end of the day and put that in our message board so you'll know when we're going to have our first discussion on the dynamic laws of prosperity, where we get to open up our minds to prosperity. Now the table has been set, you've had your appetizers, and now it's time for the main course. And not Chef Jeff, but we do have the absolute amazing. I don't know how many of you all have had the absolute privilege of walking into a company and you get to see the CEO or the president of that company. Well, we get to do that on a weekly basis. And we have a gift that's among us that is absolutely second to none. I don't know about nobody else, but I thank God for the gift that God has put in this earth realm that we might be able to draw off of and might be able to learn from. And I want you to help me welcome him even right now. He is a husband. He's a father of 2 boys. He's so special. He has one of those, you know, those names over in England that is, you know, the third, the first, the second, the third. Yeah, well, he's a third, and has already aired the fourth that's on its way. He's a he's a tech executive. He's an advisor. He's a coach. He's a crypto expert. He's had the opportunity to work and not work with, but yes, work with and advise some of the biggest names in the corporate world. Names like PayPal, Disney, Monday Night Football, eBay, E-Trade, Morgan Stanley is just a few. David, Frank, Norman, Frank, you haven't had an opportunity to meet him, but this is your first time here. But I want you to know that you are absolutely in for a treat. Everything that comes out of this man's mouth is absolutely worth something. So do yourself a favor, take some notes, get yourself together. But before he comes on, do me a favor and fill up the chat with a bunch of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2s. That's right, fire. Give me some diamonds if you appreciate the man that we have with us today in the person of Julius Weems III. Come on, y'all. Woo!
Well, listen, I am just humbled to be here tonight. I want to give Destiny and Jeff, who open up the dinner table, right, with just knowledge and joy and what they've done. Just give them a big round of applause, guys, because you know the dinner table, for those of you who are guests tonight, you're probably wondering, why are they calling this the dinner table? And I want to give you some idea. I want you to understand, because there's some of you on the call that grew up going to dinner, right? Some of you went to Sunday dinner, some of you went to dinner during the week. But the dinner table was a sacred place, wasn't it? It was a place where you talk to your auntie, right? We call, Jeff is like Uncle Jeff, we got Destiny. Destiny's like my niece. And we're sitting around a dinner table, and a dinner table had different conversations. Some of us weren't lucky enough to have conversations at the dinner table that were about wealth. We didn't have the uncle that had 100,000 to loan us for our first business. We didn't have the auntie that could pay for our college with the stroke of a pen. Some of us didn't have the dad that could write a check and guide us and give us guidance on how to make decisions. We just didn't have it. Some of us, I grew up in the projects of Baltimore, and we had some fun at the dinner table, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we didn't have a lot of money with that block of government cheese, but we had a lot of fun. But what I realized is that if somebody had 20 years of hearing daddy talk about assets over liabilities, if they had the uncle talking about what does it mean, what does EBITDA mean on your forecast for your business? What does it mean to look at scaling a business and starting a business? And as I've advised over the years, guys, I've had the opportunity to work with PayPal and Morgan Stanley, E-Trade, and I've gotten to speak with people that grew up with people around the table that could give them knowledge. Some of us in a dinner table, we have people that are at all ages, 20s all the way up to 70s. And I want you to know you're accepted here at the table. The table is about one thing, giving you knowledge and understanding so that you can make decisions that can change your future and prepare your generations for something incredible. So tonight, I'm going to talk to you about growth, but I am going to talk about the project that we are focused on right now. Now, I want you to be clear. If you are a guest tonight, I'm going to keep it really simple. One of the things I learned is that sometimes if you keep things simple, it allows us a foundation to eat, right? And so you ever make a meal, right? My wife, I'm gonna tell you guys a joke. When I first met my wife, I thought I was going to cook for her. And, I thought I was really cool, and so I was going to make like chicken breast with rice and a rice pilaf and everything else. And, you get real excited with the seasonings. I was getting really excited with the seasonings, right? And when I tell you that chicken was so salty, it was ridiculous. So I thought sometimes we have to keep things simple. And now she says, sweetheart, look, just salt and pepper, it's okay. And so tonight we're talking about Project Fintoch. Now, for those of you who are here tonight, I like giving you some pieces. The what we're going to talk about is understanding staking and how it can pay 1.1 to 1.4% per day. How can that happen? But I believe that it's important that we start with one fact. One is that the things we talk about at the dinner table and at Agile Entrepreneur University is that we're going to talk about it from a perspective of how it's happening in the financial world. Is that fair? So what I want to start off by doing is I want to show you something. And I want you all to get your phones ready. I want you to take some pictures, because what I want to show you is I want you to understand what's happening around you. I think many times at the dinner table, what's really cool is that your uncle might have went out to work. And when your uncle went out to work, he learned things. When your dad went to work, he learned things. Or if he was in the financial industry or stuff, and he brought those things back to the dinner table. So I want you to understand staking, but I want you to understand it from the standpoint of what Forbes would say. This is what Forbes advisor is saying that staking is. Now, here's the thing, is that cryptocurrency, right? There's a way to make money with it. You can buy it and hold it just like a stock, right? You can buy a stock and hold it, or you can buy it and literally you can earn on it passively every day. And here's what it says. It says one way to make profit is to sell your investment. You can sell your stock, you can sell your crypto at the market price. If Bitcoin, for example, I bought Bitcoin at $118 and was able to hold it till it was $64,000. Okay, buy and hold is one way. But here's the thing: is that with the volatility of the market in stocks and in crypto, another way that Forbes says that is valid is that you can actually take your crypto and stake it. Staking is like putting your asset in a high yield savings account. Imagine that you take your money, you put it in a high yield savings account, and it pays you every single day on your investment. It's like the bank. When you put money in the bank lends out your money. So if you put $100,000 in the bank doesn't keep the money in the bank. They actually lend it out to earn interest on it. And what they do is they pay you back. You now, with staking, you get to earn on that. Okay. So here's the thing: is that staking, as I talk about it tonight, just know it's like taking your crypto or your cash, putting it in a high yield account. It's going to be lent out, and you're going to receive rewards on it every single day, multiplying your investment, but you won't lose your investment. Like, for example, if I sell my crypto, it's gone. Okay. Everybody with me? Give me a thumbs up, guys, if everybody understands what I'm saying. So you're like, Julius, why did you start off with that? Why is that important to me? Right. And so let me go to another piece. Well, crypto is another way that we can earn is mining. And this 19-year-old earned 54,000 a year just mining. He's not selling his crypto. He's just using it to generate more. This is just another example of understanding how crypto can be used. Now, some of you are on the call tonight and you're like, Julius, I'm scared of crypto. I heard that the SEC and everybody's coming after crypto, and I heard all this stuff about it. I want you to know at the dinner table, it's safe to feel that way. It's safe to feel that anxiety. But while you're feeling the anxiety, I want you to know what's happening. Right now, BlackRock, the largest investment firm in the United States, is launching its crypto ETF in crypto staking. Those of you who don't even know what BlackRock is, BlackRock owns a portion of every company in the United States that's over $100 million. They are the largest fund in the world. But then there's a little company called PayPal. And PayPal said they were coming out with their own cryptocurrency. It's a stable coin a few weeks ago. And that's going to be happening. And that coin they'll be staking with. So I wanted to share this with you so you understand the foundation of what I'm going to share with you when I talk about Fintoch and when I talk about FTC. FTC is a stable coin that we have here in this company. And what I want to show you is why are you, you've been on the call for a little bit and you're like, Julius, well, help me understand, where are we going? What does this mean? Here's what it means, guys, is that we have a blockchain, and I love Destiny. Destiny is our knowledge source. I love it when she gets on. I love it when she talks about what we're doing, because Destiny breaks down things so that I can just talk about the fun stuff. It's how to make money. How do we create generational passive income with these things? So first, we know Forbes, PayPal, large legitimate companies. Fintoch has created its own blockchain and its own coin. And so what I want to go to briefly is this page here. Now, Fintoch has created an ecosystem called SCF. So for example, Apple, everybody knows Apple. If you know Apple, put a thumbs up. Apple actually started off with something called an iPod. Now, if you're like 20, if you're 25 or less, you may not even know what an iPod is. You had iPhones first, but Apple has an ecosystem, and Apple's ecosystem consists of a few things. Some of you have those things. Some of you remember the iPod. Some of you then got an iPhone. Some of you then got an iWatch. And then some of you got Apple TV. Some of you got a iMac. Some of you then went back, and right now you got iPhone batteries that link to your phones. Some of you are in the ecosystem of Apple. Now, the only reason I'm in the ecosystem of Apple, and I see my lovely wife on, is because of her, right? I was an Android person, but she said we can't FaceTime you, and she got everybody in the house iPhones, and I was the only one out. But that ecosystem, right, literally is the Apple ecosystem. So Apple will continue to launch. We have Apple Pay. You're now paying with Apple. Now, Apple was not known as a company most people don't know that's one of the largest banks in the world. Did you guys know that? Apple Pay made Apple a bank. So here's the thing, is that all the millions of users around the world that have Apple are in their ecosystem. Well, in FinTech, we have an ecosystem. And here are the parts of it. You see FinSwap, where we can swap crypto, FinPay, which is like a PayPal. We have FinX, which is a derivative platform. And then we have a stable coin called FUSD. The stable coin, whenever somebody says stable coin, PayPal's launching a stable coin. We have a stable coin. It means dollar for dollar. So think of it like this, is that as you own FUSD with us, it's like owning a dollar in US currency. It's stable, and it's what you can cash out of the platform with. We have our gaming platform, as well as a bill platform, and another platform, our social media platform. This is the ecosystem of FinTech. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about one piece of that puzzle. Staking, I just shared with you. Staking is like we're loaning our money out so that we can get rewards or earn high interest on it. But what are the benefits of it, and why am I talking to you about it? Especially for those of you who are on the call tonight who have been involved in other platforms and programs. Here's what I want you to know, that there are people that have been involved in programs that have not delivered, or have been what we call rug pulls, would have been who, if you've lost money and all these things, they are out there, and I want you to understand that they are real. What I want you to be clear of today is that what they've done at FinTech is created a technology platform that allows us just to do what Forbes said. It allows us to literally lend and earn passively. Now, the returns are predictable. We earn 1.1 to 1.4% a day based on us staking within the platform, okay? And that's what we're going to do. It is not us trading. It is not us loaning our money out to somebody, but staking allows us to secure the platform and therefore earn money. It's like putting money in the Apple ecosystem, and for keeping your funds there, Apple rewards you. Everybody with me? Thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up, everybody. So let's look at this, and I'm gonna kind of keep this really simple, and then I'm gonna close out with the topic that I brought you on with. So here, one of the things, how do you make money and how do you earn, and why are we so excited? It's because of this, is that within the Fintoch ecosystem, within the staking ecosystem, you determine how long you want to stake. You can stake for 7 days at 1%, 15 days at 1.1%, or 30 days at 1.2%. Okay. And you can determine how you want to earn your capital, your rewards back. Now, the company is really saying, hey, look, if you actually earn your rewards back in one of our coins, FTC main, we'll pay you more. Now, it doesn't mean that your money's at risk or anything like that. The company's saying, well, our coin is FTC. If you earn back in FTC, and you're literally allowing them to use your money, like we said, in the bank uses your money to gain interest, it allows the company to earn more interest, right? And so by doing that, the company says, we'll pay you another 0.1 to 0.4% on your money, but it's fully your choice. Now, what does 1.1% a day look like over 30 days, over 60 days? I'll give you this, is that after 67 days, every dollar you put in will double. Okay. After 67 days, and sometimes it's shorter, it's about 63 if you go in for 30 days at a time. But 67 days, your returns will double. And so let's talk about what that potential looks like. Okay. So here are some scenarios. Somebody who is staking $10,000 at 1% would earn $100 FUSD a day. FUSD is pretty equivalent to each US dollar, right? So they would earn $700 over 7 days. Now, if they did it in FTC, they would earn about 15.4 FTC. Now you say, well, Julius, what is FTC? Well, guys, that's our coin, and right now that coin's right around $100 a coin. So that coin goes up and down like Bitcoin. It's kind of like if you bought Bitcoin today, Bitcoin's running around $20,000 a coin. And, projections say it'll go to about $100,000 a coin by the end of next year. If you take your earnings back in our FTC coin, as that coin goes up and down, you actually earn on it. So if the coin goes up, you earn. If the coin goes down, it impacts your earnings. So you get to choose. You may say, hey, look, I just want to take my earnings out of FUSD and move on. But over 15 days, $10,000 will earn $1,650 in FUSD and $3,600 in over 30 days at 1.2%. So you can see here, this is how we earn. So for somebody starting today, what does it look like? You literally can set up your own FTC wallet, and your wallet can be funded tonight. And once you fund your wallet, you can begin staking and earning immediately starting tomorrow. So your 7 days will start the day after you invest. And so here's an example of $50,000 and what it would do. I want all the way up to 1.2%, earning $18,000 in just 30 days. And so some folks say, well, Julius, you know, um, how do I know this is safe? Well, the exciting part about it is that staking is a lot different than the things we've seen out there. We're utilizing the foundation of the blockchain to actually earn. So staking is not just we didn't create staking. Staking is a platform-based technology that allows us to earn. It's happening with different cryptocurrencies, but we're very unique. The video that I showed at the beginning shows the company's launch in Dubai. And today, with over 38 million wallets, 38 million active users in Fintoch, primarily in Asia, because Asia is such a crypto-friendly market. We do have a referral rewards program, but we are not, I want to be very clear, our platform is not a multi-level marketing program. We are not a trading platform. We are literally a blockchain, and in that blockchain, with our cryptocurrency FTC, we are growing the organization, and we give referrals, and those referrals are only on 2 levels. Okay. The first level is that if I refer somebody on the call tonight to join, and they put $10,000, 10,000 FUSD into their account, they would earn $100 a day at 1%. Well, I would earn 15% of that $100. So I would earn $15 per day in FUSD. And then on my second level, I would earn 10%. And those are the two levels of earnings in the company. The referral program is 100% optional. I will say the majority of investors are just passive investors. They're putting their funds in, they're earning their 1.1 to 1.4% a day, and then they're taking their earnings out. Okay. But if you're somebody that says, hey, look, I don't have $1,000, I don't have $5,000, I don't have $50,000. Now, to start an account, it's just $100. But if you know that you want to do something incredible, buy a home, buy a car, take a vacation, or just have financial independence, guys. And what I mean by that is if you just don't want to be dependent on other people to stroke your check, this program is built for that and generational wealth. I know Jeff talked about the idea that I'm the third and my son is the fourth. And here's what I'll tell you is that the goal is we homeschool, and our goal is very simple. It's freedom. So we live between Florida and Maryland, and we're heading up to New York and Martha's Vineyard. And the ability to have freedom is what this is all about. So at the dinner table, this is one of our projects. Our whole idea is to build a community that's educated and understands that you have to spread your wealth out in order to grow it. And so as I close out tonight, guys, I want to show you just some of the earnings. The company actually, as you build your investment group within the company just pays you anywhere from additional 2% to 6%. And those earnings are very exciting. And when I talk about growth, we have folks that are earning anywhere from $100 a day to $6,000 a day. We know the program works. We've built it over 32 days previously when the company had a lending program, and now staking is more exciting and more profitable. And so if you're somebody that says, hey, look, I can share this with people, I feel good about that, I can do that, what I want you to do is consider the referral program as a way to build your capital and earn anywhere from $100 a day as a GM all the way up to $6,000 per day. And that is totally on the percentage of your team's investment. Additional earnings between when you hit MD, the highest level, you earn an additional 0.01% to 3% in that program as well. And then our referral rewards program, if you get to the level of GM and the person that you invite gets there, the company actually rewards you as well with 100 FUSD for growing someone else and helping someone else. So with that, guys, I'm going to share with you how to get started, and then I'm going to close this out for tonight. So the person that invited you can give you a referral link. They'll get you signed up, show you how to set everything up. But at the dinner table, tonight's call was truly about one thing. We called it from the farm to the table, right? And I love that because, me and my wife love going places where it's farm to table. We have some places in Georgia that we go to that are farm to table. We love wineries, and it's farm to table. It means they plant the seeds on the property, and then they bring that food to the table for you to enjoy. And tonight at the dinner table, I want to talk to you briefly to understand that many times we do things and we don't want to share them. We don't want to share them for different reasons. We don't want to hurt people around us. We're nervous ourselves, and we don't want to share them. And what I'm going to ask you is don't share this. Invite them to hear about it from someone else, because many times people can't hear from you. They know what you do. They know where you've been. They know you haven't built generational wealth. They know you haven't built passive incomes. And so the biggest part of building is the process. It's almost like a recipe, right? I can give Jeff a recipe, and he can do one or two things. He can follow the recipe, or he can decide I'm going to try it on my own and make salty chicken like I did for my wife. Or he can follow the recipe. And the recipe here is simple, is invite someone to look, have someone else with credibility and in the area to answer questions, and then help them get set up. You keep it simple and it will grow. You plant the seeds and they will grow. Right now I'm on a 90-day run to help a lot of people. And that run is very simple. It is the same thing over and over again. And here's the mistake that many people make. And I heard this earlier today. It blew my mind because if you've ever had children, right? I have an 8-year-old and a 28-year-old. If you ever had children, you ever give your child something, You give them an iPad. I'm going to use an iPad. You give them an iPad, brand new out of the box. They're super excited. And you give them the iPad, and they're on the iPad, and you're calling their name, and you're saying to them, hey, Destiny, hey, Destiny. And they're right there, and they're just so locked into the iPad. They're so enthralled by what's going on the iPad that they don't respond to you. And what I find is that sometimes we can give somebody something incredible, but sometimes they can forget where the blessing came from. They can forget where the knowledge came from. And what I'm saying to you all tonight is this, is sometimes we can have something in our lap, but because of the distractions around us, we don't listen to the knowledge that's in front of us. I want to encourage all of you tonight to understand staking is something that is going to make wealthy people, not just in Fintoch, but around the world. This company has launched in multiple countries. We have launched all over the world, and it is a gift tonight, and I'm giving it to you tonight. And I want you to know that take the time to get involved. And I'm saying we're not financial advisors. We're not here to tell you what to do with your money. And I'm never going to tell you to invest money you don't have. But I promise you, if you don't have a way that's going to give you a foundation in a legitimate platform with legitimate knowledge, what I'll tell you is nothing will move, and freedom is what we're looking for. So with tonight at the dinner table, it's been fun. I love sharing with you, and I hope tonight was educational. But if you want to start this journey with us, and guys who are, we believe that this is one piece of the puzzle for building generational wealth. And we want to recommend that you join us. So if you're on tonight, get with the person that invited you. They will help you get set up, and you will start earning tomorrow. And here's the thing: people say, "Well, Julius, how do you know? Is it guaranteed?" Or they say to me, "Julius, how do you know this is going to work for me?" Right? If you're sitting there right now, and here's what I'm going to tell you: the one thing I know is that if you don't do anything, you can never get to the other side of freedom. I'm not telling you that everything's perfect. I'll tell you guys, I've started multiple companies. I've had companies do really well. I remember one company, guys, and I was in Baltimore, and I remember we lost $1 million. I'm sitting there on a crate while they're taking the furniture out. And man, if I had to stop being an entrepreneur that day, my life wouldn't be the same. All I'm saying is that wealthy people think different about how greatness happens. And so tonight, I want you to think like a wealthy person. If you do nothing, I promise nothing will happen. But if you take a chance, educate yourself, and make a decision that works for you, that will give you an opportunity. Guys, after 11 years in this crypto thing, I'll tell you, everything's not perfect, but gosh darn it, it's better. And like my grandmother used to say, we used to sit around her little table at 776 Saratoga Street in Baltimore. And we used to all sit there, and my aunt's is a little teeny kitchen. And everybody would sit there, and we would talk. And I just remember the moments where my grandmother would turn around and say, hey, look, I just want you to be better. I want you to have better, and I want you to see more. And that's all I want for you guys. So the dinner table is a place that we can talk. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm going to turn it back over to our host, none other than the incredible, I don't know, he was like a pastor today. He was like a Pastor Jones today, Jeffrey Jones. And I want to share one last thing. I'm sorry before I give it to Jeffrey. The book of the month, I need to tell you where it comes from. Because someone asked me today, I said, well, my mother gave me that book almost 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, she gave me that book, and she wrote in it, and she passed away during the pandemic. I still hadn't opened the book, and I was at the beach. We live at the beach in Florida. I was at the book. I was at the beach, and I saw the book in a container. I picked it up. I hadn't even opened it, and I look in it, and it's a whole letter from my mother. I began to read the book, and I began to understand what prosperity really meant, and I began to understand what changes people's lives. So what I want you to do is I want you to join me on a journey. I want you to read it with me. Those of you who are in our book club, read it with me, and I promise you will look at prosperity different and read them different. Guys, like Destiny always says, thank you for joining me, and let's eat. because it's time to eat and have some fun. So Dr. Jeffrey Jones, take us out tonight, and God bless all of you, and good night.
Thank you, Julius. Y'all come on, put some ones and twos in the chat. Ones and twos for our phenomenal, phenomenal leader, Mr. Julius Williams III. Listen, people, we're here every week. And just like Norman and Frank and David was invited to the call, go out and invite 10 people to the call. We're here every week on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Invite, invite, invite. I heard somebody say, and they shared something with us, they said they would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of their own. If you'll learn that, if you'll grab hold of that concept, we'll do some great things. We appreciate you all coming out tonight. Thank you for dining with us. We want to bid you all an absolute wonderful evening. In the words of an illustrious, beautiful young lady, Destiny, bon appetit. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Let's go!